Hello everybody. Welcome to, ideally, maybe, hopefully, the last blood moon of Alpha 18 for us. So it looks pretty exciting. We've got Sevi here. Say hi.
Hello.
And Dallas is back. We are down Angry Kirk because he went on vacation. So we are gonna have to face the horde ourselves. And actually, it does kind of suck because we won't have him down leveling the blood moon, right? So that's bad news for us. But we've upgraded the base, and by we, I mean mostly Sevi and Dallas. But I got a lot of sand and iron for them. Actually, Dallas got iron. I got a lot of sand. Like a lot. And now we have this sort of maze thing going on, so that's really exciting. It should be great. A legend. And then we have dart traps with motion sensors. We've got these very fancy iron spike traps instead of wood spike traps now. We've got relays going all over the place with cords that you don't even trip on, which is a fabulous detachment from real life. So yeah, I feel really good about this, guys. Yes, so you guys can load in. Sevi's in. Do you need an invite or anything? Okay. Amy? And Sevi? So this will be how we get in tonight for you.
I crafted quite a bit. I don't know where it's at right now.
You know, after talking about having gotten all that sand, I'm pretty sure I ran out of sand. Not of sand. Out of... Definitely I would not run out of sand in the desert. I ran out of gas in the desert last time. No, I'm fine. Like, I made it back. I just ran out of, like, gas for the auger. So, Sevi, do you still need more sand?
Yes, I will. Actually, give it to 19.
Okay. Cool. I like that plan. So then what are we gonna do on the last day before the blood moon? You gonna go scavenge something?
I'm gonna
We're gonna loot?
Start. I have some being made, but it's not much.
Looks so cool, you guys. I forgot that the whole upper level got added. We really look like professionals. This whole thing was planned. You know what I think has been... Wish you luck with what? Are you trying to join? Oh, okay, I got you. Oh. Is there anything I can do to help with that? I could go to some of the dig sites in the city and pick up concrete. Well, I guess that would be like cement, not necessarily concrete mix. Okay. I'll watch.
Yeah, that might not.
Like 1,000 kilograms, right? Yes. Probably because a 10 is a 10, and we're looking at you guys like, what's wrong with you when you don't? But I mean, it's well, okay. It's not just us. It's us and Liberia and Guam. Yes. I'm not sure. I will Google it in real time for you, but I'm pretty sure. I don't think.
Yeah.
So like, and this is
Have concrete mixture. I brought it.
I guess I'll just go. I'll go get more iron or something. No, so this is a little preview of like fall bird, but like, so back in the day, James Jewell is doing science with the best of them in Britain, right? And he rediscovers a thing that was already discovered by a medical doctor several years before him, but they didn't believe him because he was in the wrong specialization. They were like, you are an MD and not a real scientist of physics, right? So James Jewell is like, you know what we should do? And that guy had figured this out by like drilling. So, yes. But the idea of like converting mechanical energy to heat energy, and disproving the whole caloric system. But like, so James Jewell does it by like basically just stirring water, and he does it with a like, it's basically just like a bucket of water and a hand crank, and then that eventually heats up the water, which is great. But you know what, like, the name he came up with for that unit was foot-pounds. It takes this many foot-pounds of energy, and now thankfully we renamed it to joules of energy, which is fabulous. Yeah, I mean, he had the best last name you could have. I'm just wandering around aimlessly telling this story. So I think it was pretty great. But like, there he was with a hand crank calling it foot-pounds for no reason. And then we had to go and like, somebody decided like, hey, well, I understand there is. Is it new? Are you coming up with one? It's a crank. It's not a foot crank. It's a hand crank. Ooh. Ah. See, that's genius, because in every textbook that I have ever written, now it's not genius, you just know things. That's, let's be clear about what this is. But like, everything that I've ever read about it is like, he just came up with it and it was foot-pounds, and then there's like a picture of his whole apparatus, and it's like, okay, well, that's cool, but like, what's the deal? And there's no explanation whatsoever for why they would call it foot-pounds. Right. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. genius. I now have, right, so like, I now have more respect for James Joule as a scientist. I'm like familiar, generally speaking, with those, but I don't teach as much physics as I do chemistry. I agree. I feel like Footbound is entirely misleading. Like, no, it's misleading. And I mean, for him, it like makes perfect sense what that is. And like, I guess if we were like following, you know, for history, like we just, I mean, every other unit we just learned, we were like, oh, that's that. So I guess we would have just learned a foot-pound as that, and we would have learned what a foot-pound meant. So it could, there is probably a timeline where foot-pound isn't weird and everybody's learned it the same way that they learned Newton meters. But like, I'm still mad at it. And the guy who like discovered electrons, whose name fails me. Like I have a guess at it, but I don't want to say it out loud for the whole internet. And like be wrong. But he wanted to call electrons corpuscles, which is like, in Latin it makes sense. Like it basically just means like a tiny unit, but it's dumb sounding. And I mean, corpuscles came back several times in the history of science. People just wanted to name things corpuscles. And then they finally got it in anatomy. Corpuscles are a real part of real people. Shoot, I mean. But it does make for a very entertaining lecture, which I appreciate. No, it's not. Moles are genius. Moles are amazing. 10 to the 23rd. 23rd. Six point 22. 23? 22? 6.022. Wow. But yeah. And then to the negative 23rd is a like 4.1 something, and that would be the mass of a single atom. Not an atom. Not one electron. One atomic unit. Wow. It's all coming back to me. I'm gonna be so smart again by the time fall comes. Once I read through all of my lecture notes and get through it, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember all of this. And then I can talk at length for it. Like whenever there's conversations about, like, during the school year, whenever there's conversations Alright. So then the stream should be back fairly soon. Good to know. I guess I'll just pick up the motorcycle. Yes. Within a few seconds, or like right around as soon as you desync, the stream goes for a bit. Man, this auger is so cool! Just can't get over it. I've caused a move already. Can you imagine what a like higher level auger would feel like? Wow. And again, I feel like I should... It's a little bit... Alright, with all this iron that I got then. Bring it. For no reason. I currently have more than 10,000 fuel. I will put it in Sevy's magic box. It's unbelievable how fast this is.
You can go buy stuff.
We're gonna go cast it in all at once. Buy really cool stuff. Only the coolest, most useless things. Speaking of, I wanted to make all kinds of furniture and crap. What am I doing in this? Doing practical things when it's the last day? Oh yes, buy a gyrocopter. How do I get out of this stupid mine? I'll be 100% honest, I cannot find... Oh,
Okay.
good. Okay, so this is not where I want to be, and just there it is. There's the ladder, we're fine. And we're out. I'm not saying that I am like... I just happen to be fulfilling a gender stereotype by wanting to build all kinds of useless furniture, but I feel that everyone who plays this game looks at all of the useless furniture that you can build with longing and says, I wish I could do that, but I'm too focused on surviving and killing all of the zombies and progressing the game. And right now, we have the chance.
You played House Flipper. You don't have to go through that whole explanation. I played House Flipper recently.
And now I want to build all this stuff. But that isn't true, though. I wanted to build it before it was cool. Did you just tell me to be quiet? What's overrated? Well, these days... Now, where do I build all of my furniture? Do I just set up, like, strange patio situation out there? Decisions. Oh, I forget. Our sweet Assassin's Creed. Hey, Bales. Alright. Let's take a look at the cool furniture that we can build. A sectional leather couch. Can you believe that we've had this ability and have not been... An old sectional couch. Very cool. Toilet? Dude, I need a... Huh? I tend to agree. Dude! A bucket! We haven't even made buckets! What? Wow, am I excited.
That was very much like fun.
I'm taking all the forged iron, and leather, and also the nails, and some cloth. And mechanical parts. Do you have mechanical parts? I think that might be all I need. What else? Crafting a bucket. Wow, it takes forever.
You took all my things.
Do you want some back?
Well, I want to build you a gyrocopter.
How many mechanical parts do you need for a gyrocopter?
Quite a bit.
353?
What else did you take? Did you take all the duct tape?
Nope. No duct tape. Okay. But you know what? We're gonna have to build a sectional couch because the leather one, because the old sectional couch that looks gross, and we don't want gross things in our house. I'm gonna line a whole room with sectional couch. I'll have to take him up to the plant room. It's gonna be great.
Okay, I'll take some.
I have a plan for the Blood Moon base. I'm really excited about it. You're gonna love it. You're gonna wonder why we haven't done this before, honestly. I'm still so excited about learning about footpaths. I can't wait. I can't wait to be like, listen, as it turns out, when you talk to real engineers who actually use the unit, they can tell, hey, there's a bear by the base. Do I have ammo to kill this bear? Sure. I appreciate that it can't see me yet. Oh, do you know what he did to me one time? I think this is before we were even even before we were married, right? Or no? We were married, fairly recently married. We were either newlyweds or still dating, right?
No, we were still dating.
We'd go to a wedding. Oh, right, that's the one. That was when I found out that, like, it was a wedding because I was underdressed and there was stuff at the table. And he told me, like, don't worry about it, wear just whatever. And I, like, showed up with, like, a skirt and a nice shirt, which I felt like was plenty for a wedding. And, like, Mexicans do weddings way harder than white people do weddings. Oh, we're in cocktail dresses. There was like, it was so like usually little like mid range like because I don't want to be I definitely don't want to be overdressed for anything because like I don't have the personality to just pull it off. So I usually try and shoot for mid range. Like I'm not going to be like wearing jeans and a t-shirt thing, but I am, I'm also not going to be wearing a cocktail dress. But in a room where everyone's wearing cocktail dresses and like suits and ties, I feel very extremely out of place. But anyways, yes, they were looking like.
By the way, it was not fair.
But like, so. Oh yes. Yeah. Everywhere we went, they were like, "Why doesn't she speak Spanish yet?" And I couldn't tell. Like 3 seconds. Habla español. I'd be like, or I'd be like, un poquito, cute little smile, Spanish at all. Are you okay? I swear.
You just break our face.
Now remember, Dallas, you were the one who said that it couldn't have been something as light as a bedroll, so there's no way that my pumpkin. Well, so the pumpkin survived.
Did all your wood bars fall down?
Not all of it. This one over here is fine. And those pillars, those ones are all fine.
We might have some rebar frames.
I feel really... Who would have known? Yes. Yeah. Oh, there was worried. There was worry. I heard you worrying. When the words "no" came out of your mouth, I heard the worry there. Okay. So we still have the original top level. So that's...
There's no block at the Golden Base. Concrete block. I think it's like 40, maybe? Yeah, I don't. I mean, they'll hold more than wood frame. Oh, you mean extending out?
Yes, absolutely. Is there more? And my method of figuring out if a log was going to be sturdy enough to like hold up a platform, I thought was very clever. I would just hit it against a tree as hard as I could. And if it didn't break, it passed the test. You know what? Yeah, you know. And it mostly worked. There was hardly ever any issues that I had. And so my sister, though, was, and there I was just dragging these huge logs through the forest as like an 8, 9, 10, 11, 12-year-old. And my sister felt like that was just inefficient and ridiculous. So what she did was she found all of the just sticks in the forest of the correct length and bundled them together. And in other ways is even less clever than the hitting the logs against the tree. And she also decided that she wanted to have not the like most fortified fort, but the highest fort. So she built yes, structural integrity. So she actually just landscaped everywhere below her fort. But so she like made all of these opportunity. We were buying rope so we could use it on our forts. Like this was a big deal. And so she bundled together like so many sets of sticks and stuff, and then she ended up like Are you okay? Okay, the stream is back up on my end. Well, let's see if by afternoon in the game it doesn't, like, if it like stops again, then we can try and like stop and restart with a lower bitrate. But hopefully, usually once it gets towards like later in the evening, it gets better. So it'll be good. Okay, now I can keep telling you about my sister though. So, bundles of sticks, ladders into trees as high as she could get, and then like 20 feet plus. So like I stopped at yeah, she was like, yeah, well, she felt like her stick bundling was a good thing. Can I also just mention that she's an English teacher, and just saying. So yeah, she had all of these, and she called it. Now this is difficult to like say without saying her name, but it was her name Topia. So we may as well call it Cusco Topia. And like, so she had, and it wasn't like platforms that she built up there, it was basically just like bridges. So it would be like on either side of a tree there'd be like a stick bundle, and then there'd be like random pieces of wood and logs and stuff that she placed in between, including just like pieces of brush, because she was like, it's only, you know, like this little bridge, like you only need to step on it for a little while, so like we'll just go, it'll be fine. And like it looked awesome. And then underneath, she like totally, she worked for a really long time on some really cool looking like forest landscaping. Like she literally swept the forest to get all of the like pine needles and stuff out of the way. And what do I want to build here? I think I need more couches. Oh, and I could do sofa chairs. That's really cool. And then she like dug stairs into, because we were built kind of like on a hill. So she dug stairs to go like lower down to this like brush shanty fort thing that she had built underneath, like a shelter sort of deal. And it really just looked like a beaver dam. But you could like crawl inside of it, and there was actually like, it was like a brush igloo, I guess. And so that was really cool. And then she got like rocks and landscaped all along her like trails and stuff. So it just, it looked really cool underneath. And then she had those like platforms going up in the sky. Like it was like her model was the Swiss Family Robinson treehouse. And I don't, that's bad for one, but that's okay. So then also being very clever, like she never let me into it, and she never let my brothers into it. Like she was like, no trespassing. Like even though we could see her, she's like, you know, maybe 10 yards from my fort. Like there's no, we had at one point had like rope going back and forth between ours so we could send each other secret messages instead of like talking to each other. And there was a point where we were like learning like all of the like the flags to do all the letters so we could spell out different words to each other. And that didn't work out, but so she finally finishes all of this stuff, and she comes over to me and she's like, Bird, it's finished, and I want you to be the first person to test out my name, Topia, Cusco Topia. Yeah, and little Bird was like, yes, wow, I can't believe my sister's finally noticing me and letting me I thought, this is the best thing ever, but I didn't realize that she had never actually used like hardly anything. Like she had basically just like, she'd climbed the trees by their branches to build her ladders and all of her platforms, or rather all of her like bridges with her stick bundles. Like there was not, but So she sends me up there, and like on the ladder on my way up, one of the rungs of sticks breaks. And like that should have been my first clue. But did I get the hint? I did not. So keep climbing, and I get up to the top, and I'm a little bit wary, and she's like, go ahead, climb. So it was only like a 4. Like, we're just standing there with like Cuscotopia all around us. Completely. Like, and I mean, I'm not saying that I've always been a very petite person, but it was not very good for my self-esteem, I'll tell you that. But then, like, so we're just standing there with her whole fort around us and, like, in pieces, and her landscaping is ruined, and she just looks at me and she's like, I mean, this is months of work. And she just looks at me like, and she goes, well, that didn't work. Like, no apologies. No, like, are you okay? It was just like, total, like, practicality. Like, oh, that didn't work. Over months of toiling, gathering sticks in the forest and tying them together. That didn't work.
A little bit.
What is that I see on the horizon? I see its shadow. There's a gyrocopter! I'm stuck on the side of this. Okay. Where is it? Did you land it on top? There it is! Ah! I'm so excited. Look at it. Wow, you know how to make a girl happy. Can I fly it?
Yeah. Do you have fuel?
Oh, I have fuel.
Over.
This is so cool. Wait, so it actively uses the fuel as you go on it. Okay, cool.
Yeah. I mean,
wow.
Make sure you put in the fuel tank.
I probably shouldn't take off going uphill.
Yeah. The space is up, speed is down. But don't angle it too fast.
Whoa, oh, okay.
Can you do a flip?
Oh. Wow. Okay, guys, I'm really bad at this. I'm sure the Wright brothers had the same problems. Oh. Space is up. Oh. Too far. Oh. Okay. I'm starting to get it.
Look at the angle.
The character. Oh, pull up. Okay. Well, this is really cool. Look at the base from up here. I can't get, like, level. I feel like I'm either going up or I'm going down. But you know what? I am using the gyrocopter to the very limits of my capability. This is very cool. I would try and land it on top, but I'm really concerned about doing anything up there anymore. Woo! This is very cool. So you're telling me that I can do actual flips though, right?
Yes, I don't know how successfully.
Oh, okay.
44 iron bars.
That wasn't successful.
That's as much as you'd like.
Okay.
I also have that in there.
Okay. This is pretty cool. I don't know where I should... I'm gonna land it up here. Maybe. Do I just, how do I turn it off? Do I just hit E and get out?
Same as a motorcycle.
Okay. Here we go. Oh. Yeah. I'll call that a good parking job. Alright. Did you see all my cool pumpkins?
They were pretty cute.
I feel like I'm just... all of the not practical things that I've wanted to do in this game up until now, aside from digging the ridiculous tunnel, they're just coming out. Yeah. Do you want me to come up and help? Of course. So, where? Where am I not going? Yes? Okay, so if it makes an iron sound, I shouldn't just... Okay. Also, if it looks like iron. I'm with you. Yeah! I'm not sure how much more efficient the... No. I feel like... like... It's still 2 hits. Yeah. It makes it 2 hits for you. Really? What are all your points in? Well, shoot. There was my relying on just showing up. You know what? I think I probably have skills points. Oh! 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 It's okay. I am well versed in killing myself. Alright, here we go. I still need to do a bucket of water. How do I fill the bucket with water? I have a bucket. So I have to just go to like a pool? Okay, I'm taking the gyro.
Yeah. Here. And more. Come back. So those rebar frames would be good along the edge. Oh, wait, where's the top? Corner.
Oh man. Our tower doesn't look that huge. Well, Angry Kirk's tower doesn't look that huge from this height. There needs to be background music for the gyrocopter. Right? Oh, I hope the gyrocopter still works when it's wet. Uh, no. I can drive a gyrocopter just as well as I drive a Seamoth, okay? Alright, so now what kind of a hole do I dig to get endless water? Just any hole? Just a hole? Not a hole. That sounds... Four wide, 2 deep. Okay. So 3, 4. Now, like just 4 wide or like 4 by 4? I feel like 4 wide. You know what? I just keep forgetting I have this stupid thing. Alright. I just don't want to go too far now. You know? Are you sure a whole bucket of water is going to fill this big? Alright. I'm trusting you. Wow. You're the closest thing I have to an expert on endless water. True. Reload. I don't think the auger was made for finesse. It's like me in a way. Okay. That is good. Alright. This is really nice. I have a nice hole. It might actually be 3 deep, I can't decide. Alright, how do I dump the bucket in? I just do. Dump. Ah! There it is. I see it. It's in there. which I have. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna go get more empty jars. How are we gonna know if it's actually endless water if we don't use it? Alright, I have, how many? I have 125 jars. I feel like 125 data points is probably enough to tell. Do we? Yes, the decent. Have you desynced? Dallas and Sevi.
What's up?
Guess what? It says I have 125 bottles of murky water. And there's still water. I don't understand how it decided to fill all 125. Wow. It worked! It filled all of them at one go, too. It wasn't just like clicking. It wasn't like coming back. What? Yeah, it filled an entire stack just by clicking at it. It's right in here. You'll hear it if you walk through it. It's right in the middle there. Here it is. A little puddle. How exciting is that to have found out on the eve of all of this being useless? Well, cool. Alright. Hey, Supercorn. Yes! Boy, that's exciting. So maybe in the future we don't have to collect all the snowballs. We can just dig a hole in our front yard and get one bucket of water. I wonder.
Okay.
To make a bucket. Yeah, so if we get 7 forged iron before we find a snow biome, we're gonna be in great shape. I'm gonna put all of this back. Guess I should check and see. And somehow, oh, I need to use, I see how it is. So I can just craft a sectional leather couch, but I need a workbench in order to do a leather sofa. Yeah, but I've already built a sectional. And I don't know if I really need. Oh. I mean, I guess, no, it still doesn't. I need this. That's what I need. Probably? Yes, that's what I need. That takes forever.
I could do steel if you give me steel and Are you talking arrows or crossbow bolts? After steel, there's steel arrowheads and scrap polymers. My chest. You bring that? Do you understand me at all?
Oh, shoot. I still need a bucket of water for my toilet. Got so excited about the endless water, I forgot.
Okay, so in my chest upstairs, There's a bunch of scrap polymers. I think there's steel arrows.
There we go.
I can make those.
Okay, where do we want?
I think you need that the first.
You know what? I'll put it over. Is this mine? That is not
I
mine.
can make them bring them.
I brought the gyro
Or
back.
new base.
Oh, my goodness. So I can understand why you found people saying that the gyrocopter is trash, but I still love it. It's still oh, okay. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, okay. This looks great, you guys. If anybody goes through these archives and just clips these moments, it'll be like, hey, look, Bird watches other people build a base.
You see how much 762 ammo we have? Max that one shit.
You want me to go attract a zombie?
You know what I did not make? Jump turret ammo.
I have like 7,000-ish iron.
Scrap iron?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
No, just iron. It's not scrap. But it's no.
Yeah. Can you give that to Daddy?
Sure.
Because I'm busy crafting others. Oh, you almost got it? It's so low.
Okay. I'm giving you this one anyways. Congratulations, you have won. Do it up. Can you ever have too much ammo? You can? You can have too much junk food? Okay. Oh, cool. So, Dallas, have you watched any streams of Alpha 19 yet?
They didn't fully redo it. They just made modifications. So some things, like I think rock picking, when it goes up 2 levels, fine. You spend less to get the same level.
Huh.
So they kind of condensed it a bit.
Oh, dude, I could become a sexual tyrannosaur. Right now, I have 1 point, and I could be level 5. I could be a cage gladiator, but is that what I really want to be? Just before Blood Moon, is there anything else I want to be instead? That I can be? Probably. I have 1 point in archery, but I can't put any more points unless I...
Don't forget your MG
My what?
or your M6,
My what?
your machine gun.
Oh yeah. I can't upgrade that.
Upgrade what?
I can't upgrade machine gun. Oh, yeah, right now. I see what you're saying now. I could upgrade cardio. It's true. Roll.
Do you have penetrator upgraded?
Let me look.
Well, we know you have it.
Of course you upgraded penetrator. We know.